Throughout the production of my work, I maintained a continuous house style which follows their traditional codes and conventions. I will also promote my product with elements which will make my audience want to engage further with my documentary, rather than wanting to watch and listen to what we have to say. My aim was to create a product which would not only go viral, but also affects the personal lives of individuals by giving them ideas of how they can strive for the furthest through the story of Alex Gilly. The target audience of my product would be females between the ages of 18 to 34 years old and would fall into the C1, C2, and D socioeconomic demographic. In this century, more than 88% of millennials and 77.5% of Gen X are active social media users, so marketing to them has become quite a popular advertising strategy because young adults are associated with freedom, happiness, and being culturally relevant. My documentary is all about Alex Gilly's life and how she reached her life goals through inspiration, hard work, and dedication. Relating this back to the socioeconomic demographic groups I've identified, this would mean that they'd most likely contain a job role such as being a semi-skilled worker or some type of junior manager. The advantage of this would be that there is a high possibility for them to be interested in my documentary, as they may get inspired by what they view. Linking this to the 4 C's, which stands for cross, cultural, consumer, and characterization, a theory created by Young and Rubicam, my target audience would likely contain the characteristics of a mainstreamer. This is because the mainstreamers of this society feels that there is a specific routine which is needed in order to keep on top of everything in their daily lives. Anything they see from another person which may seem worth noting would be added to their lifestyle. Linking this to my research on Graham Burton's theory based on social grouped audiences, my 3 media products would attract the audience with a wide range of media interests, as a mass audience would be attracted with a variety of age groups. Naturally, I would assume that the demographics would be young adults who have merely started their way up the job ladder and are looking for a little bit more motivation on how you can become your best self. Relating this to the Blummer and Katz uses and gratifications theory, my target audience would most likely watch my product for diversion, as they would need to satisfy their need for escapism and personal identity so that they could find out more about themselves or open a new pathway that they hadn't thought about before. Considering the fact that my product is targeted towards the younger and older millennials, I need to consider what attracts both these consumers, as these groups represent the different stages of the young adult cycle. Unlike Generation X, millennials are more likely going to be up to date with any of our products on our online presence. This is why it's important for my website to engage as much as possible with my consumers through creating links with subscription options as they can make their own free account, social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, or even ways of how fans can access her products such as documentaries itself or merchandise. These links are key in order for the consumers to always keep up to date with the artist, what she's up to, her next big breakthrough, and what you can expect to see from her in the future. This would be the advantage of having millennials as your target audience, as this allows you to successfully distribute the product online. This definitely would be the fastest and most effective way of distributing and promoting a product through viral campaigns and the product snowballing by prosumers sharing our product's content. This would only mean that we would gain a higher cash inflow than the amount of cash outflow going out creating all of these things. According to Business Insiders, a staggering 68 million people watched a Netflix documentary in 2016, and ever since, there's only been a rise in viewers as Netflix becomes more popular. As a result, my product will focus on distributing digitally, as this not only reaches a much wider and larger audience, but it costs nothing compared to the physical copies, as I wouldn't have to create DVDs, package them, warehouse them, ship them, and then still have to manage the stock. Netflix is a huge streaming service which allows all of my audience members to watch my documentary due to the production company's links with thousands of internet-connected devices. In total, Netflix revealed that their viewers were getting through 1 billion hours a week of Netflix content per week. This, however, only accounts for 8% of the total amount of time people spend watching videos. To break this down, that is 140 hours of Netflix viewed per day. It also states that millennials were more likely to have a Netflix subscription than their older peers, which comes as no surprise given that Netflix is considered the most indispensable TV and video source amongst young consumers between the ages of 16 to 34 years old. Not only is this beneficial when it comes to complementing the age group of my target audience, however, it's more likely going to be shared on Netflix social media account, which has a lot of active audience members daily viewing what they post. This form of synergy automatically gives my documentary room to increase in terms of Vanex Films' fanbase, due to the snowball effect as previously mentioned. Alex Gilly's poster will be viewable on billboards around popular cities such as London and New York, but most importantly, Muscat. I feel as Muscat should be included even though this is not as popular as the other towns, but since it was created in this country, this may pick up some new fan bases with the artist herself. I will also directly mail my target audience. Direct mail is a very popular and effective way of delivering your message, especially to subscribers even though they may have already seen this post on her social media. Like any flyer promotions, direct mail tends to generate interest relatively quickly when it comes to showcasing my promotional material. The last place I'd showcase my poster would be on art-based events around the globe. This is a very beneficial way of advertising my product as it reduces the need to conduct extensive research since your target market segment is likely going to be found at the event. My website itself already directly links to potential consumers to the documentary as it offers a wide range of available works and merchandise created by Alex Gilly herself, such as her artwork, her merchandise, and even her published book. Overall, this is an effective way of not only engaging with my audience, but also promoting my products while gaining positive brand recognition.